What is genomics? Total amount of DNA of a cell which is present in an organism is called as genome of that organism. Usually, genome is considered the DNA which is present in the haploid cell, because some organisms they are diploid while some organisms they are haploid. So genome is considered as the total DNA which is present in a haploid cell of an organism. In other words, genome is also called as the whole hereditary information that is encoded by the DNA of that organism. Why we study the genome and the genomics? It is now has become necessary to understand the complete biology of the organisms. For understanding the complete biology of the organisms, it is necessary to understand all the genome of that organism. So based on the information of the entire DNA or the entire genome of that organism, we can easily understand the complete biology of the organisms. What is usually included in case of genomics? Why we study the genomics? Genomics study are performed to generate the physical map of the genomes, genetic map of the genomes, as well as sequence map of the genomes. So genomic study or the genomics is performed to study the physical map, genetic map, as well as sequence map of the genomes. In addition to this, genomics also includes to sequence the genomes of the model organisms. As well as genomics includes to develop the new technologies as well as new methods of sequencing the genomes. So if we summarize what is included in genomics, genomics means to prepare the genetic maps of the genomes, to prepare physical map of the genomes, as well as to prepare sequence map of the genomes. Why we study genomics and how genomics helps us? Genomic studies or the genomics helps us in different ways. Like with the help of genomics, we can understand functions of the genes which are present on the genomes. With the help of genomics, we can understand organization of the genomes, means what is the percentage of the coding sequence on the genomes and what is the percentage of non-coding sequence on the genomes. In addition to this, genomics also helps us to understand the structural makeup of the genomes. In addition to this, we can also understand with the help of genomics that how genes function and what are the percentage of the genes which are functional and what is the percentage of those regions of DNA which is non-functional. Why we study the genomics? Study of genomics helps us to understand the ethical, social, and legal issues which has been challenged and posted by the genomic information. So genomics also helps us to understand all those ethical, social, and legal issues once the genomes has been sequenced. As now we know that different genomes has been sequenced, including the genome of the humans. So once the genome of the humans has been sequenced, there are many concerns and many issues related to the ethics and legal issues. There are different sub-disciplines of the genomics. Usually, the most common sub-disciplines of the genomics, they are comparative genomics, structural genomics, functional genomics, and population genomics. In addition to this, usually metagenomics and the genomics of microbial also considered as the sub-disciplines of the genomics. Comparative genomics is the sub-discipline of genomics in which we compare the genomes of different organisms. In case of structural genomics, we study the structure of the genomes, means the number of coding sequences, non-coding sequences, how the genes are organized on the chromosomes. In case of functional genomics, we study what are the functions of different genes which are present on the genomes. While in case of population genomics, we study the genome of a particular population or of a strain. So, certain individuals, genome of the certain individuals, if we study from a specific area, then such a discipline of genomics is called as population genomics. There are two other sub-disciplines of the genomics. They are called as metagenomics. Metagenomics is the sub-discipline of genomics in which we study the genome of the environment. All those genomes which are present in a specific environment, if we study that genome, it is called as metagenomics. While if we study the genomes of the microbes like the prokaryotes, bacteria, viruses, this sub-discipline of genomics is called as microbial genomics. So, if we conclude that what is genome and what is genomics, so the total amount of DNA which is present in a single cell of an organism is called as genome, and the study of genome is called as genomics.